Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to share my top 7 MMOs that you can play right now. Of course, this is all my opinion on all these MMOs, and I definitely recommend that you try each of them to at least get into it and see how you feel about it before you actually jump in completely. And they aren't in any particular order, so don't assume that the first one I'm sharing or the last one I'm sharing is the best one or whatever. They are all the best in their own way. So let's get to it. The first one on my list here is Guild Wars 2. This is a game I've been playing on and off since beta, so it's over 9 years old. It's pretty crazy to even think about that. And this MMO not only has really awesome graphics, but has fully voiced storylines, as well as an almost action combat feel to the combat system. It's still tab targeted, so you're going to be expecting a lot of the stuff that you're used to in games like WoW and all that, but it has a hell of a lot more active of a combat system than anything you see in a game like World of Warcraft, for example. Guild Wars 2 is also free to play, so you can immediately just go to their website, download it. You will have full access to the core game, and then whenever you really feel like it, once you actually get to end game, you could buy the expansions to continue on in that story and everything. But it's completely up to you. You can totally play this game completely for free without ever spending a dime. And the coolest thing about this is that they have in their cash shop a way for you to transition in-game gold into the premium currency, which is called gems. So you could technically play this game completely for free by just literally saving your money within the game and then buying some of the DLCs and all that. I'm not sure if you can buy the expansions directly through that, but I guess it's worth investigating. I am going to be making a more in-depth video on the cash shop soon. The next MMO on my list is Star Wars: The Old Republic. This one is another oldie, but it really developed great over time because not only is there a fully voiced storyline with actual choices of dialogue, similar to what you see in past gen BioWare games like Mass Effect and all that. So it's really awesome to have that. There's so many different ways that you could possibly run through this. And since this game is also free to play, just like Guild Wars 2, you can totally run through all the main storyline and never spend a dime. It's really awesome. This game is also a tab targeted game, and the combat system is more similar to what you would see in World of Warcraft. So it's more of that like memorizing buttons and having like a, your chain of abilities that you're going to be pressing. So if you've played World of Warcraft, then you'll probably be more at home with this game. But I still feel like the combat system in this game is a little bit faster paced than Warcraft. So that's the good thing. The only downside with playing this game for free is that you're going to be faced with a lot of limitations. So you're not going to be able to upgrade your gear beyond blue pieces because they go from purple to also gold eventually. You can't do that. And also you have a level cap at level 60, I think it is. And you're not able to participate in a lot of the end game stuff because it's locked out for subscribers. So those are things to keep in mind. So if you plan on trying to take this seriously as an MMORPG, then you probably are gonna want to pay the $15 subscription. The good thing about paying the $15 subscription, though, is that you get full access to all the expansions right away when you do that. And if you choose to unsubscribe to it, you will keep the expansions. And also, what I was saying about the gear, if you really want to take this game seriously, I definitely recommend you get your character to max level, which I think is 70. And then from there, what you could do is do flashpoints, which is the dungeons of the game. You run them, get as much of the gear as possible, because when you're subscribed, you could equip the gold pieces of gear, so the best pieces in the game. Once you equipped all that gear and you unsubscribe and you're playing free to play again, guess what? You keep all your gear. And as long as you don't decide to like swap your gear or anything, then you'll be fine. You'll be able to keep your gear. So that's the benefit to it. So if you want to get around the little loophole, you can totally go ahead and do that. That's the only downside with this game, is that you can't completely avoid the paying some kind of money to get into this game. but there is still a lot of an enjoyable game here for free. So it's definitely worth installing and trying out to see how it plays for you. The next one on my list is Phantasy Star Online 2. It has a fully action combat system in this, where you could literally pick up your Xbox or your PlayStation controller. You could even play it on an Xbox, actually. And it's cross-platform too, so you can play with PC players and Xbox players at the same time. So that's really cool. But the combat system is really smooth, really nice. Everything that you would expect out of like an anime-focused like action game, you know? So it's a lot of fun. There is plenty of story here, especially in the core game, because you got like a ridiculous amount of like voice acted stuff in the main story, as well as a bunch of side quests. You'll be stuck in this game for like at least like 6 months. You'll be playing this game for a while. And then there is also what I like to call Phantasy Star Online 3, which is the new Genesis expansion, basically. You have access to that as well, completely for free. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Phantasy Star Online 2 is completely free to play. So you never need to spend any money ever. And that's the beauty of this game. The thing that a lot of people spend money on in this game is making themselves look pretty. So they're into cosmetics. They're into, you know, trying to customize their guy to look like whatever. And you can come up with some crazy ass looks. I saw somebody looking like Sonic, you know, a couple days ago, made a video about it. Like it's pretty crazy. And a lot of the costumes that you can get through just playing in game. You don't even have to spend money in the cash shop. So that's the beauty of this game, is that it does a really good job of giving you a lot of accessibility for free to play, while also leaving it open to do whatever you want to do. So I definitely recommend Phantasy Star. It's such a good game. The next one on my list is Elder Scrolls Online. So this one has a mix of tab targeted and also action combat. You don't have to actually like tab to, you know, lock onto a target to hit them. You could just try to like swing and stuff, similar to like Guild Wars 2, but it has a good blend of like a mix of old school MMO and also feeling like an action game, you know? So it does a good job of that. Elder Scrolls Online has a really in-depth storyline, so expect the same level of detail. Not exactly the same as like playing Skyrim or Oblivion or anything like that, but it still feels really good to go through the story and see what happens and everything. There's a main storyline. The side quests are also voice acted, so it's really nice to go through all that stuff. The game is very cheap to get into. It's usually around $20 to get just the standard edition and play through that, and there's plenty of content with that. You can be on that thing for a long time. And then there's also the expansions if you choose to want to buy those. This game is buy to play, so there's no monthly subscription or anything, but with the $20, you know, getting into the game, you could totally be able to play a lot of content there, like I said. And also there's sales on it like all the time. So I definitely recommend keeping an eye out whenever you see something on sale. I believe this game is also on Xbox Game Pass. Let me double check. Yep, it's available on Xbox Game Pass still. And I think it's also still on PlayStation Now if you have that service as well. This game is not cross-platform, but it's still worth getting into if you want to just try it out. Try it on the Xbox, see if you like it, play it on the PC. You know, like you can do whatever you want with it. But I definitely recommend Elder Scrolls. There's a lot of stuff to do. Even if you plan on not even buying the expansions, you still got plenty of game here, and you don't have to worry about a monthly subscription fee. The next one I want to talk about is Final Fantasy XIV. So this has been huge, obviously, over the past few months, with Osmongold moving over from World of Warcraft, and a lot of people just kind of like jumping ship from World of Warcraft after all their bullshit, and they come over to Final Fantasy, and it's for good reason, because Final Fantasy XIV is inspired by World of Warcraft, so you can totally see the inspiration here. Even the developers themselves have admitted to that, and they said they wanted to make a World of Warcraft style game in the Final Fantasy universe. So that's pretty much what you're getting here. You're getting everything that you would expect. The dungeons, the raids, the story, all of it is in there, you know? So it's really worth getting into, especially since you can play the free-to-play trial up to level 60. and you can play through all the like core content and never have to worry about spending a dime. So you could try it out, see what you feel about it, and then later on you can subscribe. But that's the problem here. You're gonna have to subscribe eventually if you really want to dedicate to it, and it's gonna be the typical $15 a month on top of having to buy expansions. So that's the downside with this game, is that you're gonna be spending a lot of money. The same way, just like in World of Warcraft, where you're spending like $40 every expansion, 50, 60, whatever they charge for expansions now. You're going to be spending a lot of money with this game if you want to take it real serious. But I definitely recommend trying the free-to-play to see how you feel about it before you dedicate that hard. Me personally, I didn't care about Final Fantasy XIV, but I did respect everything that the game was trying to achieve. So that's why I recommend this game. And the next one I recommend, which is a game I'm definitely getting into when it comes out, is New World. This is the first major MMO coming out of Amazon Game Studios, and this, I enjoyed the beta so thoroughly. I spent a good 90 hours playing this game during the beta week, and I was just mind blown by how much I could do in it. It just being a beta, and I was having a great time. It says a lot, because games have been shitty lately. We gotta admit that. Every new MMO that comes out lately is all like early access bullshit. So to go from seeing all that crap to seeing a game that actually functions really well with very little bugs is extraordinary. You know what I mean? Like, the servers held up real hard. Like, it was so good. And I definitely recommend that you try it out during the beta now, which starts today. If you're watching this video during the time that this is happening, I definitely recommend you install it and try it out. It's free to get into the beta. You don't have to pre-order it or anything. And the biggest things that I really love about New World is the combat system. It's like very active, similar to what you would see in Dark Souls. It doesn't have the lock-on thing that Dark Souls has, but it still feels very involved with the blocking and the dodging and like actively trying to think of how you're gonna attack a mob. You know what I mean? Like, this is a real action combat system. This is also a sandbox MMO, so you're going to be expecting a lot of stuff you would see in Black Desert Online, like doing life skilling, fishing, chopping trees down, taking things, crafting, selling stuff on the auction house, you know, all that other side stuff, which is the thing that I'm very excited about and the thing that I really love. There's a lot that this game offers already, and that's why I'm so excited about this game, and I really can't wait to play it again. This game has no monthly subscription, and it's going to be only $40 to get into it. So it's pretty cheap, considering that this is a brand new game that's going to be coming out very soon. I definitely recommend playing this game. Try it during the beta. Just try it. If you don't like it, it's okay. You can go play the other ones I mentioned. Okay, the last one on my list is Black Desert Online. This game has a fully action combat system with combos, similar to like an actual fighting game, like you would see in like Tekken or playing like Mortal Kombat or something. Like, it literally lets you chain off attacks into other abilities. So you don't have to ever put abilities in your tray. You could literally just memorize everything and go with it. It feels so involved, and it feels so good and satisfying to just beat the shit out of a bunch of mobs. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. On top of it, having the life skilling that I just explained in New World, which is, you know, going out crafting, getting a house, managing a bunch of people to work for you, to go mine for you, and to bring supplies back. There's just so much stuff. You'll be going out and catching horses, and then training the horses and breeding them, and taking them and putting them on a carriage, and then using them as like an Amazon service to deliver packages from one town to another, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's so much in-depth stuff in this game that it will take you a long time to just even figure out all the stuff the game has to offer. It's pretty insane. I did cover this game a lot, so if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Black Desert Online, I do have a playlist, so definitely check it out. And this game is extremely cheap, so no monthly subscription, and it's only $10 to get into it initially. I believe it's also on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know about PlayStation Now, but I believe it's on the Game Pass, so you could give it a shot if you have an Xbox. And a lot of people like to say like, oh, this is a predatory ass game that has a lot of pay to win. You don't have to worry about that. At least like if you're not going to be getting into trying to upgrade your gear or trying to get some like amazing freaking dream mount or something, then you don't have to worry about the pay to win. That's only for those people that want to do the super endgamey stuff. You know, and there's a lot of ways to get around that. And there's a lot of ways to play this game for free, completely. For me, for example, I got Black Desert Online completely for free because Steam was giving it away at one point. I took advantage of it. I got the copy and then I played the game for 6 straight months and didn't spend a dime. I actually felt bad for not spending money, and like close to the time when I was gonna quit, I was thinking about buying a bunch of skins, but then I got interested in New World, so New World kind of stole it. Sorry, BDO, but yeah, it kind of happened. So yeah, you can totally play this game for free. It's so much better now than it was when it first came out. But okay, that covers all the games that I really enjoyed playing over the past year, especially during the COVID thing. You know, we're still kind of going through COVID, but not as bad as last year, of course. Special thanks to all my YouTube supporters for donating and joining that membership thing. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. After playing all those games, these are the things I truly recommend. I definitely recommend you try them all and see what you feel about them, since a lot of them are free to play for the most part, at least to have some kind of like trial to get into it and try it out and see what you feel about it. It gives you an opportunity to give all of them a shot and see which one you like the most. So go out and do it. Well, you don't have to go anywhere. You just got to download it on your hard drive. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.